Hello and welcome. My name is Metamonin and welcome to round 8 of the Xfinity Sunday series. This is the finale round heading into tonight's series, and it's going to be a ripper, a three-way championship battle between our top 3 championship contenders, and this is how our round 8 event details will follow. So we'll have a 5-minute qualifying session to set the grid for the Xfinity race, Race X. Right there with a 52-lap race, mandatory pit stop, competition caution lap on lap 13 and 26, considering it's a longer distance race tonight. So we're going to have 2 laps where we'll slow right down for the rest of the field to catch up to the rest of the pack. So it's going to be a ripper in implementing that feature there. Here is our circuit tonight, Texas Motor Speedway, length 2.41 kilometres with 4 corners. So quite a small, short track here, 1.5 miles to be more precise in the American terms. So it's going to be a ripper with a lot of chaos to unfold before us. And here is how our championship standings are shaping up heading into the finale round. So the top 4 drivers all in the championship 4, with exception to EXO. He will not make the round tonight, so unfortunately EXO not able to make the final round, so that means he is out of championship contention, but he will finish in the top 4 in the championship, so that was a good effort from his behalf in this series. So here is our 3 top championship contenders. Southern Awesome, he came in with 4 race wins, so he's the red hot favourite in tonight's round. Dave O'Doza has come out with a race win during the season as well, which coincidentally was the last round, so he's one of our form drivers in the Xfinity series so far, based on that result. And then we got Psycho. He's also a race winner. Actually, Psycho won the race last week. Dave O'Doza won a race earlier on in the season, so sorry about that statistic there. So Psycho, he could be on the ball tonight. So he's just going to bring that momentum from the previous round if he's to put himself in a realistic chance here at Texas. We go outside the championship contenders, Team Little Bear, Aussie. We got Team Spiggle, otherwise known as Burrow Dog now. And then we got Rojo in this round as well. Those 4 guys there were in the playoffs in the previous round, so they got their positions from 5 to 8 to play out there. We go further down, we've got Dennis Marinos, we've got Lord Angel Wolf, Peppy, Morningstar Mike, Crispy Cookie, Mateo Tomaso, Salty Salmon, Black Wildcats, Rory Hughes, and Nachos rounding out the rest of the grid there from 9th to 18th. So we'll go to the live scenes now where the drivers are contending a 5-minute practice session here. So I'll just get that off the screen right now for you. And there we go. It's going to be a ripper of a round tonight, no doubt. 3 championship contenders going battle. Naturally, I'll get their statistics up. Something I forgot to show everyone. So we'll bring it up on screen now. So here's Southern Awesome's statistics throughout the Xfinity season. Current championship position in first coming in. He's had 4 wins, 4 poles, so quite good stats there for him, and it shows you that he's realistically the form driver in this competition. We go to the next championship contender in Davo Dozer. He's currently sitting second in the championship with 1 win, 0 poles. And likewise, we got Psycho currently sitting P3 in the championship with 1 win, 0 poles. So those guys really got to apply the pressure to our championship favourite, Someone Awesome, tonight. So coming up next is the 5-minute qualifying session to set the grid for the final round of the Xfinity Sunday Series. Who will come out champion? We do not know yet. We'll know in about an hour and 20 minutes time. So here we go. It's going to be a very busy pit lane. The driver's going to have to contend for what space they're going to have in this session. So we've got a 10-car grid tonight so far. And championship contender Davo coming out of the pits in behind another car, I reckon. There's a car ahead of him. We'll wait and see where everyone's sitting on track once they come out here at Texas. So we'll just go through the grid. Psycho still in pit lane. We've got Team Little Bear. So he's the first car to come out of pit lane. Peppy in the mid pack there. We've got Burrow Dog coming out. Teo Tomaso's in the front pack as well. So he'll be looking for a good qualifying performance based on the guys that he's sitting in behind. So look to see a ripper of a lap time from him if he can hold it together. So here we go. Everyone's starting their first hot lap. And there's going to be play for keeps here between the 3 championship contenders. Got to keep in mind the top finishing championship contender driver will come out champion in this series. Everyone is reset on points in the top 4. The whole 4 of them are on 2,000 points. So whoever crosses the line first out of those three guys there, exclusion of Exo because he won't be able to make it tonight, will be your champion in the Xfinity Series. So what's the first lot of laps going to be? Someone Awesome with a 54.5. But Davo with a 34.3. So he's early pole sitter here at Texas Motor Speedway. Someone Awesome in behind him by 4/100ths of a second. The top 2 championship contenders go and battle once again. Team Little Bear stuck in P3, 1.5 temps behind the lead. Psycho, he's up in the top 3 now, 7/100ths away from provisional pole. So the top 3 drivers are our playoff contenders, championship contenders. And we've got Team Little Bear in P4, Rojo in P5, Mateo Tomaso in P6, Burrow Dog in P7. We've got Crispy Cookie in P8. We've got Rory Hughes in P9. Then we've got Peppy rounding out the top 10. Someone Awesome set the new fastest lap. He's barely pipped Davo by 8/1000th of a second here at Texas. This is really starting to heat up between these 3 guys. Team Little Bear moving up in the top 3 now. Burrow Dog has moved up in the front 2 rows. So Psycho, the biggest loser on the last lap alone. He's currently 2.5 temps away from Someone Awesome for pole position. What has he got in response? He's 1 temp up out of the first sector. He's got to put up a ripper of a lap here if he's to contend. Rojo going pole position. He's beat Burrow Dog by 4/100ths there. So our championship leader, Someone Awesome, moving 2 positions back into P3. We've got Davo Dozer in P4, Team Little Bear in P5. Psycho goes faster, but not quick enough to improve. So he's stuck on the 3rd row in P6. We'll quickly hop on board with Davo here. And what's he got in store for us? He goes quicker, he goes provisional pole. Pips Team Little Bear by 9/1000ths. This lap times are really starting to heat up here in Texas. We got Rojo of quite a good qualifying performance so far in P3. He was one of our playoff contenders in the round of 8. So we know he's a form driver who's not in the championship 4 that's capable of winning a race tonight. Davo Dozer, 2/10ths per second up out the mid-sector there. This surely is going to cement him pole position. And it does. He further extends the advantage at the top. It's almost 2 temps per second over Team Little Bear. Burrow Dog moving up in the P3 now, so he's on form in qualifying as well. Now, where's our other contenders? Someone Awesome all the way back in P5. We'll hop on board with him. He's pretty much equaled his fastest lap time, so we know he's on board for a quickest lap here if he can hold on. No, he's backed out of it. We'll go on board with Psycho. He's all the way back in P7, slightly up out the first sector. He's got no helping hand to head, but he should be able to scrape in another lap as well. He's half a second off provisional pole, and if he starts from where he is now, he's got a lot of work to do. Surely, he should be able to move up a position here on the third row. Pipping Matteo Tommaso P6. He goes P6, so he's starting alongside Southern Awesome provisionally so far. Go further up, Davo Dozer, still provisional pole by 1.5 of a second. I'm not sure he's in behind him. It might be Team Little Bear. Team Little Bear's got pole position here in Texas. Out of nowhere, he got the slipstream from our championship protagonist in Davo. Someone awesome going provisional pole now. So now suddenly, championship contender, championship favourite, Someone Awesome in pole position on the last lap of his qualifying one. And he is going to go straight to pole position in the race here at Texas Motor Speedway. Team Little Bear will start alongside him. Davo Dozer will round out your top three. Burrow Dog Rojo is your top five. Mateo, Psycho, the last of the three championship contenders tonight. Then we've got Crispy Cookie, Peppy, and Rory Hughes. So we'll go straight to the race. This is going to be a very heated affair tonight between the three championship contenders. And what a way to start. Championship attack here from Someone Awesome. He will start the race from pole position out of nowhere in the closing stages. Alongside him, Team Little Bear barely pipped the pole position there. Those top two guys separated by barely nothing. So unlucky not to hold on the pole there, Team Little Bear. And we've got Davo Dozer, the next championship contender, starting on row 2 and P3. He's got the inside lane right behind Someone Awesome, his championship antagonist. Then we've got Burrow Dog on the outside lane in row 2, starting P4. We go to row 3, we've got Rojo starting out of P5, Mateo Tommaso in P6. Then the last of our three championship contenders tonight, Psycho starting in row 4 in P7. We've got Crispy Cookie starting on the outside lane there in P8. Then on row 5, we've got Peppy in P9, Rory Hughes in P10. That is your 10-car grid for tonight's finale round for the Xfinity Sunday Series. We got three championship contenders putting it all on the line tonight. We'll find out in 52 laps time which one of those three drivers will come out as the Xfinity Sunday Series champion. But for now, we're awaiting green light action here at Texas Motor Speedway. Don't go anywhere. We got 52 ripping laps coming right up. Championship leader, championship favourite, Someone Awesome starting from pole position. What can he do from pole? What can Davo do from P3? What can Psycho do from P7? We'll wait and see. So here we go. We're about to start here at Texas Motor Speedway. Pole position, the Someone Awesome. He's going to lead everyone heading into turn 1. Here we go. And then we go green at Texas Motor Speedway. Massive launch from our championship favourite, Someone Awesome. So he's going to have the lead heading into turn 1. Closely behind him on the outside lane, Team Little Bear. I reckon Davo, he's moved up in the P2 now. That inside lane, very favourable in the early stage of this one. So Team Little Bear is going to lose a couple earlier on. Rojo up in the P3. Team Little Bear moved back a couple in P4. Psycho's up a couple in P5 now, so he's already put pedal to the metal. It's all on the line for him. He's in the mid-pack at this stage. He's got a couple of drivers up ahead to contend with to get to the front pack. So after lap 1, it's Someone Awesome, championship favourite, closely followed by his championship antagonist, Davo. And we got Rojo on P3, Team Little Bear on P4, Psycho rounds out your top 5, and he's looking to make a move on Team Little Bear heading into turn 1. He's got it done. Surely he holds on to it. And we got Carnage in the background. Carnage in the background. Who's involved? Peppy's involved. Mateo's involved. Rory Hughes involved. 3 cars already down and out here at Texas. So Someone Awesome will lead the first 2 laps here at Texas Motor Speedway. Davo Dozer, his closest championship rival, is slotted right in behind him. Then we got Rojo, one of our non-championship contending drivers, rounding out your top 3. He's under a lot of pressure from Psycho behind. We're going to go on board with Psycho now. Let's see what sort of pace he's got behind the car of Rojo. So you can see the two top guys ahead in Someone Awesome and Davo. Those two guys are going to leave nothing on the table here. So Psycho, he's trying to get the better of a situation here. He's got a little bit of a draft going on as well, heading into turn 1. He might be able to make a move on exit of turn 2. But it looks as though Rojo's going to need an even better launch, so he's going to get right past Davo. Davo's moved back to P3 now. I reckon he might lose out the Psycho as well. No, he won't. We'll go back to trackside view to see how it's all unfolding before us. So Rojo up in the P2 under a lot of pressure from championship contender Davo and Psycho. Team Little Bear is also playing himself into this. Then we got Burrow Dog in P6. So the top 6 drivers separated by 1 second here at Texas. This is insane scenes to start off this one. So Rojo, he's looking to hold on the P2, but it looks as though an overlap on the inside from Davo. No, it's not. Down the back stretch, so Rojo, he's really feeling the pressure now. He's having to take the outside lane. He's trying to search for grip. It looks as though he's got a better launch out of turn 4 as well. He's actually also got a better launch than Someone Awesome ahead of him. So look out, Someone Awesome. Rojo is right on your rear bumper now. Heading into turn 1. Does he have what it takes to overtake? No, he doesn't. So he's lost out at turn 1, turn 2. You see 2 completely different lines taken there. Davo, he's trying to look for a move to come soon. He's trying to send it down the inside lane. Has he got enough speed to carry through to mid-corner? He does. He's catching up right to the rear bumper of both of these guys. And where's Psycho and all this? So he's lost a little bit of ground. Team Little Bear also losing a bit of ground because he's under a lot of pressure from Burrow Dog behind. So these 2 guys dropped off at the front pack just a little bit. We'll go further up. Psycho is half a second off the lead of this one. And he's currently sitting in P4. It looks as though Rojo's looking to make a move down the inside of Someone Awesome out of turn 3. Has he got what it takes to hold on through the mid-corner? They go side by side out of turn 4. Someone Awesome's lost out the Rojo, one of our non-championship contending drivers. We're about to go 3 wide, heading into turn 1. Rojo, he's got out there. And Davo, he's going to send it up the inside of Someone Awesome as well. So now Davo is in a championship winning position here. This is insane scenes to start this one. Competition caution lap on lap 13, so we're not too far off that. And Rojo is currently your race leader. Davo is looking to send it down the inside out of turn 4. We're going side by side once again. Someone also trying to play himself in the middle here. Trying to search for space, these top 3 championship contenders. Rojo, he's stuck on the outside lane, so he's pretty much a sitting duck there. And he's going to lose out to both of those drivers behind him in Davo and Someone Awesome. Now he's got Psycho right on this rear bumper. Now all of a sudden we got Team Little Bear and Burrow Dog playing them into this. This is insane scenes on lap 9. Rojo trying to hold on. So Someone Awesome has regained the lead. Rojo holding on the P2. And Psycho's looking to make a move as well. Psycho's moved up in the P3 over Davo. Someone Awesome. He's taken the high line here through turn 1. Turn 2, he's gone to the inside. So looks to be a little bit of experimentation there from him. Just to try to see where the grip is so he knows. When it comes to the later stages, Rojo sending it down the inside. Once again, another lead change here at Texas. So Someone Awesome is in a championship winning position as it stands. Rojo looking likely to come out with a race win tonight with the pace he's got in this race. Someone Awesome trying to make another attack on Rojo. So here we go. Davo, he's moved past Someone Awesome. So Someone Awesome, he's made a massive mistake. What's happened to him? He must have scraped the outside wall because he's went from P2 to P6 in half a lap. Treacherous scenes here for Someone Awesome, our championship favourite. He's won 4 of the 8 races so far, and he's not looking likely from the position he's in now. He's 2.5 seconds off the lead of Rojo. Now all of a sudden Psycho is your leading championship contender here at Texas. Closely behind him is Davo on P3. Going to hop on board, cockpit view with him. He's got a better picture from the cockpit there. You can see a lot of lap cars ahead. So the leader of Rojo, he has to negotiate lap traffic, and we got carnage! Absolute carnage there between the lap traffic on the competition caution lap. And now all of a sudden, Davo's in the lead of this one. Rojo has been caught out by lap traffic. And who was that in the background? I'm not sure what has happened. All of a sudden, Davo in the lead, but he's going to have to come in for a pit stop, or is he going to stay out this lap? Who knows? So the lap traffic will get past here, but that was absolute carnage. I'm not sure where Rojo's went. He's all the way back in P8 now, so where is he? Is he stuck in the infield? Just going to have a quick look. He is. I'm not sure what's happened there between those guys. So it says Psycho is making a pit stop, but we're going to go green at the end of this lap, so I'm not sure if that's a realistic strategy to play right now. Someone awesome coming in from the pits. He's right behind this pack in P7, so he's the only driver in this field to have pit in. So he's already made his mandatory pit stop in the early stage here at Texas. So he should be done and dusted to the end here, someone awesome. So just going to keep a close eye on the situation here. Rojo unfortunately has retired. So we're about to go green here once again. It will be Davo who leads the pack head in the turn. His closest championship protagonist in P2. And we've got Baradog in P3. Team Little Bear in P4. We've got Matine. So that is your 9-car field here at Texas on lap 14. As for Davo, he's got a bit over a half a second lead over Psycho in P2 there. So he's already gapped Psycho by quite a margin earlier on. Got to keep in mind the draft is quite strong here at Texas. So just going to let a few of these laps die down here to see what sort of situation we're dealing with between the top 3 championship contenders. See someone awesome coming out of turn 2 and P6. As for Psycho, he's getting overtaken here by Baradog. So Baradog down the inside at turn 3 has moved up in the P2. Wonderful move. So Psycho back 1 position now, and he's a whole lot further away from Davo, Dozer and P1. So these guys, if they're to have any chance to stay on the rear bumper of Davo, they've got to work together in conjunction with the draft. Someone awesome. He's already made his pit stop, so it's in quite a fine stance here at Texas. We've got Rory Hughes retiring as well, unfortunately. So our top 3 championship contenders, P1, P3 and P6. We got Baradog, the first of the non-championship contenders, sitting in P2. So here we go, Davo with a 3.5 lead over Baradog. So that lead has been chipped into on the previous 2 laps. Might actually have to hop on board with Baradog here because he's looking quite racy at this stage. See the draft really playing its effect for Baradog here. He's slightly up on his fastest race lap as well. And we've got to keep in mind, Someone Awesome also got a bonus point for pole position. So currently, he's only 2 points off Psycho, that means. So all those bonus points are going to give a helping hand, no doubt. So realistically, you don't have to finish in front of the championship contender if you've already got bonus points. But if they've won the race, they get 5 bonus points for that win. So realistically, if the championship contender wins the race, they're going to win the championship. As for Baradog, he's just dropped off a little bit on that last lap. He's just trying to search for that pace he once had. We'll go back to trackside view. He's going for a little bit of a different line out of turn 2. So the top 2 are pretty much gapped. The next place driver of Psycho and P3 by quite a margin now. So Psycho, he's really been caught up now because Someone Awesome is going to send it down the inside out of turn 4. So Someone Awesome, 1 lap, 2 positions made. And all of a sudden, he's in a championship winning stance here. So that was the move he needed to make on one of his championship title contenders here. So Psycho, he's lost out a whole heap of ground here from P3 to P6 on 1 lap. And now all of a sudden, he's on the rear bumper of Mateo, trying to make a move out of turn 3. Is it going to come to fruition here? No, it's not. So Mateo with quite a fine performance so far. The only driver to have made their mandatory pit stop is Someone Awesome. So the next competition caution lap on lap 26. We're only 5 laps off that, so not too far to go. And then it's going to be green light racing to the very end. Someone Awesome trying to send it down the inside of Team Little Bear out of turn 2. He's got a little run down the back stretch though. Team Little Bear going for a defensive line heading to turn 3. So he's really feeling the pressure. He knows he's got to hold on here. So Someone Awesome trying to go for the slingshot. Is it going to work for him though? There's no space to be able to do it out of turn 4. He's looking to go for it under brakes in turn 1, turn 2. She's going to have to take a completely different line. The top 2 drivers separated by half a second. So Burradog is all of a sudden in the lead now. And we've got Davo Dozer in P2. So Davo Dozer, the top place championship contender, has just died off a little bit and he's lost the lead on the previous lap. Someone Awesome, our championship favourite, is caught up in a 2-car sandwich here. And he's got Psycho not too far off him as well. So we've got a 4-car train from P3 to P6. 2 of our championship contenders are in this battle pack here. So this is risky times here for those 2 guys. Someone Awesome just trying to make the move on Team Little Bear, but there's no space to do it anywhere. Team Little Bear has got the widest Mustang you've ever seen here at Texas. Unbelievable scenes. Burradog, let's see how he's tracking. He's under a lot of pressure from Davo in behind. So we got 2 laps to go until the competition caution. So Psycho, he's come in for his mandatory pit stop, and it's going to be under green flags as well. So that's going to be very risky. So we're going to see if any of these drivers come into the pits this lap. I'm not sure they will. It'll be the next lap after. We might see a few guys change their tyres as well to be on green rubber. And a lot more grip to offer there with a new set of tyres as well. So I'm not sure if Someone Awesome will come in either. He's already made that mandatory pit stop. But if he wants outright pace towards the end, it'll be worth coming in for a new set of tyres. Means better grip. And as for Davo, he's got it down the inside out of turn 2. So that's a wonderful move there. And he's going to come in to the pit spot. Looks of it, he is. Now, what's that? Burradog on the outside. So he's coming in the pit lane as well. Someone Awesome will regain the lead. So he'll slow right down just to let the rest of the cars on his tail. So Davo is the first driver heading in the pit lane. And it's Burradog, Team Little Bear, Mateo Tommaso, Pepe. He's going to go another time around. So this is going to be a very risky manoeuvre. I'm not sure if he's actually made a pit stop. He may have actually already done it because he was involved in that early race carnage there on lap 1. Psycho, he's got a little bit of catching up to do. So he's a lap down by the looks of it. So he's going to get his lap back on the guys in the pits. So everyone will be towards the infield just to let the lap traffic pass. So there you go, Someone Awesome leading over Pepe, then Crispy Cookie in P3. Those 3 guys decided to stay out. You see Psycho coming out of turn 2 now, so he's going to get his lap back. He's got a lot of work to do if he's to catch up to the rear end of the guys heading into the green flag racing to the end. It's going to be touch and go for him here. Mateo coming out of pit lane now. So he's the last driver to exit pit lane. So everyone pretty much done and dusted for their pit stops. Now, what's happened to Someone Awesome? Because all of a sudden, Crispy Cookie is up into P1 now. So he's going to come into pit lane. So he might be getting a new set of tyres here. So here we go. Someone Awesome will be your race leader once we go green on lap 27. And we'll be Peppy in P2, Davo in P4, Burradog in P5, Team Little Bear in P6, Mateo in P7, and then Psycho is on the rear bumper of these guys now in P8. So we go back to the front. I think there's a little bit of damage repair going on there as well for Crispy Cookie. His car looks a little bit bungled up there on the front end. That wouldn't be helping him aero-wise down the back straight. So there we go. We're about to go green here for the rest of this race here at Texas Motor Speedway. And now this is the final stint which will crown a champion here at Texas. And currently your championship leader, Someone Awesome, is up in the P1. Then it'll be Peppy in P2, Davo in P3, Burradog in P4. Team Little Bear rounding out your top 5. Mateo out the pits in P6. Then we've got Psycho in P7. Crispy Cookie, he's still in the pits. He's just exited pit lane now, but he's got a lot of work to do. He's going to have no one to help him out to catch up that lost time. So he looks as though he's going to finish out in PA at this stage. Someone Awesome will lead after the first green flag lap, after the second competition caution. So he's in a really good standpoint to winning this thing tonight. Can he hold on for the remainder? Wait and see. He's got a decent gap already built up. It's just under 0.7 of a second over Davo. So the top two drivers are your championship contending drivers. So here we go. Davo, he's right on the rear bumper all of a sudden. We're going to have to get roof view here to see what he's up to through the mid corner of turn 2. He's going to try and get a slingshot effect going on here. He's not going to get him heading up into turn 3, so it might have to be on the next lap. He's slightly up on his best race lap as well, Davo. So that shows he's got very good race pace to take the race out tonight. And as for Someone Awesome, he's just got to defend like crazy here. Turn 1, it's a prime opportunity, but Davo too far back. So who's going to get the better of one another? Someone Awesome just gapped a little bit out of turn 2. He's got the lights on now because he's got lap traffic up ahead in Crispy Cookie to contend with there. So here we go. Two completely different lines taken by these two championship contenders. Davo getting the slight advantage out of turn 4. But it looks to be reasonably weak in comparison to Someone Awesome heading into turn 1. You can see Davo is trying to get himself into the mirrors there of Someone Awesome. So we just got a little bit over 20 laps to go here. Someone Awesome is your current race leader on lap 31. Closely followed by Davo in P2 there. Burradog, he's actually dropped off quite a bit. Psycho in P4. So this is our last of the championship contenders, but he's got a lot of work to do from where he is currently. He's 2.5 seconds from the lead of this one, so he's just going to have to work together with a few of these guys. So that's a 5-car battle pack there from P3 to P7. You can see Psycho just getting the better of Burradog there. Peppy's also going to play himself into this as well for the final podium spot. And is Peppy going to send that down the inside out of turn 3? He's trying to take a look, but he's not too far up enough to even consider that move. So he's just going to have to hold on. He's got Team Little Bear right in behind him, so there's a lot of pressure in this pack here. But as for Someone Awesome, he's got a lot of pressure from Davo Dozer. And if these two make contact, Psycho out of nowhere is going to be in a championship winning position. So as for Someone Awesome, he's just going to have to defend like crazy here from Davo right in behind him. So here we go. Another lap ticking over. Someone Awesome still the leader of this one. So once we enter the closing stages, that's get a realistic standpoint of where everyone's tracking. But currently, it's a 2-car race to the end of this one for the lead. And for the championship win here, Someone Awesome versus Davo Dozer. These two guys have been going battle all season. Someone Awesome with 4 wins, so he's had half the wins in Season 4 of the Sunday Series in the Xfinity Sunday Series. Davo having 1 win, and then our next championship contender in Psycho has also had 1 win. So the top 3 championship contenders share 6 of the 7 wins, and then we also have Exo, who was in the Championship 4. He also had a win during the season. So all the Championship 4 contending drivers actually came out with a win. So they pretty much dominate the win with the winners list there. And that's why those 4 guys ended up making the Championship 4. As for Someone Awesome, another lap ticking down for him. He'll be looking at the number of laps to go with a close eye. Davo just trying to apply as much pressure as possible, but without trying too hard, because you're still got to be able to survive to the end of this one. And that's going to be on their minds as well. Psycho, he could come out of nowhere to win this one. We saw him come out of nowhere last week, but he's going to get overtaken now from Burrow Dog, who has the inside lane out of turn 4. So that's going to be an easy prey there for Burrow Dog. So now these guys just really got to work together to be able to catch up to the lead pack in Someone Awesome and Davo. Now Psycho, he's trying to go for another move, and that's Peppy trying to take a dive out of turn 2. Now he's got an overlap down the back stretch. Psycho's going to lose out here, surely. Psycho stuck on the outside lane. Peppy trying to get the inside lane. And he's took a little bit of the strip on the inside, and he's completely binned it. Not literally in a wall though. We got carnage in the background as well. Peppy trying to hold on to... Oh! Peppy! Unfortunate scenes there for him. He had a very racy car there. Unfortunately, that mistake down on the infield there caused a lot of carnage, a lot of chain reactions to unfold there. And he is down and out. As for Someone Awesome, half a second lead over Davo, so he's starting to extend it out just a little bit. We got 14 laps to go here at Texas. You can see Peppy in the infield there after that carnage a lap ago. Just trying to limp it to the pits now. And it looks as though he's retired to pit lane. So we no longer see him in the remainder of this one, but he will come out with points for position 8. As for Someone Awesome, he's extended that gap out further 0.2 of a second on this lap. So Davo really looking to be under a lot of pressure now. We'll actually hop on board with Davo. He'll take you for a lap here around Texas Motor Speedway. As for Davo, it's now or never. He must gain the ground on Someone Awesome in the next few laps to be in a stance to win this one. As for Psycho, it's looking as though it's going to be quite a task. 4.5 seconds down with 11 laps to go. I don't think he's going to be able to play himself into it unless the top 2 contenders make contact with one another. That forces them both out of the race, which is highly unlikely. But as for Someone Awesome, he's all of a sudden under pressure from Davo now. 1.5 tenths of a second is the gap between these two. Lap 42 of 52. So Davo has identified he must overtake Someone Awesome the next few laps. Now this is the closing stage here at Texas. It's all to play for between these two guys. It's been like this week in, week out between Someone Awesome and Davo. But Someone Awesome on 4 occasions has come out victorious. Davo has only come out victorious once this season. Can he make it 2 times this season? and come out as the Xfinity Sunday Series champion. Someone Awesome will be very devastated if he loses this one, considering the dominance in this series. Someone Awesome just trying to hold position here. It's going to be a bit of fight to the end between these two. That gap is closing out of turn 4. So across the control line, we're going to be 1/10 of a second separated between the top two. Not too many laps to go now. Psycho looks as though he's down and out. 5 seconds away from the lead now. He's just going to have to settle for whatever position he can get now. As for Davo, it's going to be an all or nothing manoeuvre on the final lap of this one. He's trying to take a look, heading into turn 3 on lap 44. But it's not going to be able to come out in his favour. He's been in the rear bumper of Someone Awesome for the entirety of this one. So he's really played himself into it now. Davo trying to go for a completely different line. Someone Awesome trying to get a better exit out of turn 2. What happens here for Davo? He's just going to stay in the slipstream. You can see Someone Awesome trying to break that slipstream. Davo, change for the lead now. On lap 46, we go side by side, head into turn 1. Someone Awesome stuck on the outside, so he's a sitting duck up there. He's going to try for a cut back out of turn 2. All of a sudden, Davo under a lot of pressure now from our championship favourite, Someone Awesome. Down the back stretch, Someone Awesome trying to get an overlap. He does so. He's going to send it down the inside end into turn 3. Davo stuck on the outside line. They're just swapping positions from the last time around. It's really going to be a game of cat and mouse here between these two. Davo lost out big time out of turn 4. I reckon he's just assessing his options now. It's probably better to stick it out of P2 to be the hunter rather than the hunted. So we got less than 5 laps to go here at Texas. We've got a two-way battle for the race win, a two-way battle for the championship as well. It's Someone Awesome who leads over Davo heading to lap 48. 1.5 temps is the gap between these two. Davo, he's trying to take a look down the inside heading to turn 1. So we got 4.5 laps to go now. Davo's just got to go for an all or nothing move. He's trying to get an overlap down the back straight now. But does he have enough of the draft to be able to continue with it? No, he doesn't. So he's just going to have to play it strategically now. The laps are dying down. So he's going to have to put the pressure on Someone Awesome to an all-time high. Someone Awesome with his lights on. Davo just wants to stay away from the carnage. Absolutely. He's just going to be there to take it out the last lap. And what's going to happen here? Someone Awesome going defensive. Heading to turn 3 on lap 49. He knows the situation that is presented to him. And it looks as though it's going to be a sacrifice here as Davo is your new race leader on lap 50. We've got 3 laps to go here at Texas. New change for the lead in Davo. Someone Awesome right on the rear bumper now. So Someone Awesome wants to be the hunter now. So they're switching roles. Psycho all the way back. He's gained a lot of ground, but it's not going to be enough. He doesn't have enough laps to be able to gain that ground back. It's 4 seconds off the lead of this one. So he's actually gained 1.5 seconds off the few laps that have gone past us. Now Someone Awesome once again in the lead. Now we're on the penultimate lap here. Now this is the most crucial lap in this race. Who will come out champion here? So Someone Awesome up in the P1. We'll go on board with Davo. He's got the better view here. So he's going to be the hunter on this final lap. Someone Awesome taking the defensive line on the back straight. Just trying to break the slipstream now. But Davo's just got a little bit too much of it to be able to create a slingshot effect, and he will make a realistic move heading to turn 1. So 1.5 tenths of a second is the gap between the top two. A battle for the race win, a battle for the championship glory on the final lap of this one. It's someone awesome with the advantage out of turn 2. Does Davo have enough in the tank to get it done? I don't think he does at this stage. He needs to start in the slipstream here. Someone awesome. He's under a lot of pressure now. He's just going to have to try to hold the inside line. Davo, he's been cut off. He's been cut off and he's going to lose. Davo's going to come out second best in Texas. Someone awesome will come out as your Xfinity Sunday Series champion. Davo has just been there for the whole season. He will come out with the bridesmaid title. He did come out with a race win, not able to seal the deal in the finale. Psycho will come home in P3, Burrow Dog in P4, Team Little Bear in P5. Then it'll be Mateo Tommaso in P6. Then Crispy Cookie will round out the finishes here at Texas. But that was absolutely heart-pumping stuff on the final lap. A battle for the race win, a battle for the championship. But in the end, Someone Awesome, our championship favourite, comes out victorious. He wins 5 of the 8 races in this series. Unfortunately for Davo, having to come out second best by 1.5 tenths. We'll have to get a screenshot of the results there. There we go. Psycho will round out your top 3. Burrow Dog in P4. Team Little Bear P5. Taylor in P6. And then Crispy Cookie in P7. So that has been round 8 of the Xfinity Sunday Series. Your champion, Someone Awesome. He's looking to go for the double in the NASCAR Series as well, which will come up next week. Unfortunately, due to the nature of the extended distance in the finale, we've had to move the NASCAR Sunday Series to the next Sunday. And that will be on its own before Race on Oz's Ignition Controls European Tour. So I've been Metamon, and I'll see you in about an hour and a half time for Race on Oz's Ignition Control.